Okay, so today's deep dive, it's really focused squarely on that C-suite challenge, strategic IT efficiency.
Right.
We're kind of peeling back the curtain on how top consulting firms are tackling this mandate, optimizing IT ROI, driving down the total cost of ownership.
Especially now with market unpredictability being what it is.
Exactly. And our sources point us towards Borislava, Tatchev, and Alqubit. They have this approach. They call it the calculus of absolute efficiency.
And this really reflects a critical shift, I think. Decision makers, they know they can't just keep throwing massive capital expenditure, CAPEX, at every old problem.
Right.
They need solutions, actionable ones, that squeeze the most out of their existing tech stack. So this dive is about looking at strategic architectural intelligence, prioritizing that over just, buying the newest feature set.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. The calculus of absolute efficiency. Alqubit talks about their method as IT as an expression of art. Now that sounds, well, maybe a little abstract at first.
It does initially.
But the source material, it makes it really clear this isn't just some vague concept. It's a rigorous engineering paradigm. It's about getting superior performance through really elegant minimalist architecture, almost like sophisticated math applied to IT design.
And the way they deliver on that philosophy, practically speaking, is through what they call holistic minimalist design, or HMD.
HMD, right.
And look, minimalism here isn't just for looks. Strategically, HMD is about cutting out the fat, the non-essential tech debt, simplifying those proprietary lock-in risks, getting rid of redundant systems.
So stripping away complexity.
Exactly. You strip away complexity, you inherently reduce the number of places things can break, it simplifies maintenance, and, well, it just lowers your long-term management costs. That makes sense. Plus, this rigor works because the designs are strictly vendor agnostic.
No vendor lock-in. That's always good. And the proof of this rigor, it seems to be in the numbers, the performance metrics. Let's look at those benchmark cases. McDonald's, Infosys, focusing on critical data protection. The starting point, the sources say, was a big pain point. A data center backup window running, 27 hours.
An unsustainable 27 hours. Yeah, imagine that.
Wow.
The outcome, after they applied this strategic architectural approach, is profound. They slashed that massive window down to less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours from 27. That's a 10x improvement in speed.
A 10x improvement, yes.
Okay, a 10x faster recovery speed.
Yeah.
That's impressive on paper. But for the C-suite listener, what does that actually mean? Improving RPO and RPO so drastically, what does that safeguard against in real business terms?
Well, it fundamentally shifts your risk exposure. It's not just, the backup finished faster. It's a massive business insurance policy, really.
Insurance, okay.
That speed means a company moves from just reacting to outages, often slowly, to achieving genuine operational resilience. Business continuity becomes a reality, something that was, frankly, impossible when you're staring down a day-long recovery window.
Makes sense. But the efficiency gains, they didn't just stop at speed, did they? The reports mention a 400% improvement in deduplicated logical storage space.
That's right.
Taking usable capacity from, 250 terabytes up to a full petabyte. That kind of capacity jump, it sounds almost too good to be true without buying more hardware. How?
It's about optimizing the architecture for the workload. You're maximizing the intrinsic capabilities already there. Superior data placement, fine-tuning how data is indexed, how it's stored, minimizing the overhead from, let's say, less efficient deduplication methods.
Oh, okay.
And this is the key point for the budget, right? These huge gains, the 10x speed, the 400% capacity boost, they came from maximizing latent capability. $0 spent on new hardware, $0 on pricey software licenses.
Right, no new CAPEX. When you see that kind of performance leap without opening the checkbook, you know the engineering behind it has to be absolutely top-notch.
Absolutely. And that drive, that commitment to designing what they call extremely available end-to-end solutions, it's not accidental. The sources point to Borislava Tatchev's foundational experience. We're talking about work on IT safety systems for the fifth reactor at Kozloduy NPP back in the late 80s.
Wow, nuclear power plant safety systems.
Exactly. When you design systems where failure is absolutely not an option, where lives are on the line, that mindset of absolute reliability tends to stick with you. And that's what seems to permeate their approach to enterprise IT today.
And it looks like their model goes beyond just fixing the tech. There's a big emphasis on partnership, right?
Yeah.
And long-term TCO reduction through knowledge transfer.
Yes, that's crucial.
We see evidence they've mentored over 20 client IT teams, and the result was a documented 30% skill boost in systems management for those internal teams.
That 30% skill enhancement, That's a huge TCO saver down the line. It shifts reliance away from costly external support towards building internal capability.
Self-sufficiency.
Right. The organization becomes more self-sufficient, spends less time and money troubleshooting things internally. And we know this resonates because, get this, they've kept a 99% client satisfaction rate
99%.
across more than a dozen long-term clients spanning 2 decades. That kind of longevity, it proves the value isn't just a one-off project fix, it's sustainable.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the core takeaway here for you, the listener? It really seems to be that strategic efficiency today, it isn't necessarily about buying the next shiny object.
Not at all.
It's about maximizing what you already own, unlocking that potential through smart, rigorous, elegant, minimalist design, true ROI optimization.
And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, think about this. The sources explicitly state that architectural minimalism directly cuts complexity. And reduced complexity means a smaller attack surface, less vulnerability.
Good point.
So it raises a provocative question, doesn't it? If simplicity really is the ultimate sophistication in IT, how much unseen risk, financial and security risk, is currently baked into your enterprise system simply because of layers of unnecessary, overly complex architecture? Something definitely worth considering as you look at your own technology roadmap.